Also, make sure the music is not copyright because you don't want to get a copyright strike on YouTube.
For sure. Yeah, all my songs are chosen from the YouTube Creator Studio. Okay. Yeah, let's get this going. Okay. Let's show you guys. We'll go from the bottom up here. There we go. Monsterhood, the gray box. Yours truly. And that's it. Right? That's it. Beautiful. Alright. So far, so good. So far, so smooth. Alright, this is already waking me up. You are my coffee. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the first official Monstercast on our new channel, The Voices of the Monsterhood. I'm your host, Monster Master Arthur. This is our official channel connected with World of Monsters. If you are in the future watching this, or if you're totally new, you just found this by accident, which would be totally great. That's who we are, and what we do is we talk about monsters. We go in depth on various monstrous topics, and it's a hell of a time. We do it every Saturday, 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So make a note of that. We got some awesome people with us. Let me tell you guys, our official voices. And if you ever want to become one of the voices here, you can always just chat along on our YouTube channel, on the YouTube channel itself during the stream, or you can join our Discord, or whatever. Let me just say that it's funny because we just stopped with the Twitch, right? But last week, if you guys remember, we had that freestyle talk, right? And
yes.
Yeah, and I went to Twitch to upload it permanently, as I always do, and it seems I hit like a max or something. So it's funny because right when we decided to change platforms, I hit the max of uploading videos on there, so I wouldn't be able to upload anymore. I guess I didn't know there was a limit.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's lucky because otherwise you would have had to either upload them to YouTube or upload them to somewhere else.
Right. So yeah, I still have that freestyle one to upload somewhere, and that was a good one because we discussed several topics in there. So we'll see. I'll probably upload it here then, of course. But yeah, that was kind of funny. Let's see. The other thing I wanted to mention here in our quick little announcements before we get on our topic, and our topic today is your favorite dragon. We'll be talking about our favorite dragons, why they're our favorite, and if you may, please share your favorites in the chat as well. So yeah, guys, if you have not the best internet and you want to follow chat along on YouTube, just pause the video on YouTube and just watch the chat over there. In which case, I want to say welcome, Nicholas. He was there yesterday, and Griffin Phoenix was there to help us test this out. So shout out to them, and huge shout out again to Phoenix Griffin, who helped us. Not even helped us. She designed our banner. She included all the skulls of our Voices of the Monstercast there. So if you ever want your skull on the banner, in our banner, join our Discord, stay committed, and stay monstrous. And she also helped us design the little avatar, our profile, which is Zal, which is our mascot. It is our plushy, living Minotaur mascot, and his name is Zal. So that's awesome. She found that out from deep inside my Instagram. That's it for my announcements. Any questions before I introduce the voices, the one and only? All right, all good. Moment of silence for us. All right, so we have in the voice chat today, we have Donde. Donde's going to be in text. Welcome, Donde. Welcome back. He's been here since the early days. And if you guys are wondering where the hell are all the other 29 episodes, some of them are on our main World of Monsters channel, but most of them are on our Twitch. So yeah, they're all uploaded on Twitch. Eventually they might migrate here. I'm not sure. So, but we are on number 30 now. Welcome, Dio. Dio's probably going to be in text. Good to see ya. Pleasure being here. Awesome. The spirit is here. Gargamel Gold is here. Welcome, Gargamel.
Hello.
How you doing?
Fine.
He's doing good. All right, good. Awesome to have you here. And welcome, John. He's a newcomer. It's his first Monstercast, and he's doing awesome. How you doing, John? John, the Pony Whisperer. Hello, John. I believe he will be in voice. We have Chris back once again for another ride. How you doing today, Chris?
I am still breathing.
Awesome. And you've been early. Thank you for that.
I just plopped myself. Better to be prepared.
Sweet. We have Phonics. Phonics is going to be in text. Phonics 266. Welcome back, Phonics. Awesome to have you here. You've been very attentive lately. Excellent. We have Procrastitron. Griffin is contributing a lot. She's doing an awesome job. So let me enjoy my watermelon flavored water. Awesome to have you here, Procrastitron. I'm glad you made it. Hope we hear from you. If not, I'll be reading all your stuff. Welcome, Super OCD. Is she there? Is she listening? Does she have us muted today? Not sure. Nope, she's there. Yes, she woofed at me and myself. And that's that, folks. Mm-hmm. So, let me see here. How's our text going? Let me pull this chat out. All right. This is so cool. All right. And Ryan Raincrawler. Ryan is a real Monster Ride Elite 2, guys. He's not on our... He actually is on our Discord as well, but he's always there. Same with Nicholas. Ryan Raincrawler. He's in our chat as well. Okay, guys. So what we're going to do is I'm going to spin the Wheel of Torture. Let me add Dio to the wheel. Gotta add Dio. Oh, he is. Good. We spin the wheel. When it lands on somebody's name, then that person will introduce who their favorite dragon is and why. And yeah, after they do that, we can ask them backup questions. If nothing, then we continue to the next person. That's right. We stop time itself. All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? That was very epic. Thank you, guys. Thank you for that response. And here we go. The wheel.
We're trying to be civil and courteous. That's why we don't want to interrupt you.
Let me see. Okay, I won't add it. Okay, here we go. We're going to spin. The names are going. Wait a minute. Italian. This is the default wheel. I didn't apply changes. Okay, never mind. It stopped on Italian, though, so that would mean John. But okay, let's spin the actual correct wheel. Here we go. All right, we got Dante, Super OCD, Dante, Chris, John. John, it is your turn.
Yay.
That's amazing. It shows you twice, on the wrong wheel and the correct one. So, John, tell us today, and you being a newcomer, I don't want to put the heat on you, so just relax and let us know what you think, or what is your favorite dragon and why.
Okay, I don't know if my signal can last. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but I think my favorite one is Ghidorah, because I'm not a very fantasy fan, so he's probably not only one of my favorite kaijus, but it's my favorite dragon, because I've always liked the antagonist figure they always put on him, and of course his design.
Sure. So King Ghidorah, and we can have same dragons if anybody agrees with somebody else. You can always mention it again. You can't jinx anybody today on this topic. Any questions for John on...
Oh, you might if someone doesn't know of too many dragons that they really like.
Mm-hmm. Any questions for
You're
John?
not going to jinx me, especially because there's at least one that I know about that chances are none of you guys know about.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Unless you follow me on Twitter.
So, John, how long have you been a fan of Ghidorah? What first pushed you to be a fan?
I've been a fan of Godzilla and Ghidorah as well since like 2004, because it's when I bought Godzilla Save the Earth on my PS2, and I've always liked Ghidorah because his design was so cool, and I've always liked it. So yeah, it's been a long time since I've been a fan of Ghidorah.
Awesome. All right. Any other fans of Ghidorah here as well?
I prefer the main man himself.
Ah, the main man.
Well.
Our boy.
Well, yeah,
Godzilla?
The G-Man is the best.
Gojira.
No.
So,
Ghidorah is the best. Dragon Kaiju.
Ghidorah is a very cool design too, especially with the improved versions. I mean, it's gold. It has the awesome spines on the head.
Yeah.
All those
My
details.
favorite one is the Issei one.
Okay, I see. The multi. So you got basically a Hydra combined with Dragon with him. He is powerful in the lore. So the question is, maybe I'll make a video about this in the future. If it is a question, what do you guys think? Is Ghidorah, because many people bring up Ghidorah as a top dragon, even in my older video with the top dragons. Would you consider Ghidorah truly a dragon, or would it be more kaiju, or is it both, a kaiju dragon?
It looks like a dragon, but there really isn't. Dragons don't really fit into any, real world phylogeny. So I think it depends on, does it look like a dragon or not, kind of.
Right. Yeah.
Some people have argued there's no over whether or not Godzilla should be considered a dragon as well.
No, he's a dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he kind of looks dragon-like. He doesn't really look like any real dinosaur.
Yeah, it's one of those things we really don't need to complicate even more. It looks like a dragon. It's a dragon. Especially from Japanese lore and looking at other Japanese fiction and such, it's comparable. Nicholas.
Yeah, he also looks a bit more like a Western dragon than when I think of the traditional like Asian,
exactly.
Chinese or Japanese dragon, though.
Right.
So it's probably at least inspired by Western, portrayals of dragons.
It is, but when you look at the head structure, it is actually pretty inspired by the Eastern dragons. The rest of the body was a bit different, though. So it's kind of an amalgamation, if you can say. I see Nicholas, and Chris mentioned that it's a dragon, but that also depends on the lore. But yeah, looking at the original Godzilla, dinosaur. I hope I said dinosaur. That's what they were pointing toward, is it being a prehistoric creature, but kind of mutated as well. So, but that's Godzilla. Enough about Godzilla. We're on Ghidorah. So awesome. Dande said in the text, he said, I never really understood him mostly as to what he is supposed to be honest. So I can't really say if they're a dragon or some sort of creature. I wonder if in any of the movies they mention, like, if they just yell out or by accident or somewhere they say dragon or dinosaur or any specific words like that we can capture to like make this a technical ruling. So Phonics says, I like his roar. A dragon kaiju, Dande says. Super OCD says he's a dragon. Alrighty. Well, I think we're leaning more towards dragon. So that's I forgot the term. That's a decision on that. All right. Thank you, John. Any questions for John on Ghidorah?
How are you doing today?
Is he actually, where'd he go? Did John disappear? Oh, he's back. Okay.
No, he appears to still be here.
John, everything okay? Alrighty. By the way, we got another person in the chat, a fairly new person to the Monstercast, and it is Son of Smog. Welcome, Son of Smog. If you like, I can add you to the Wheel of Torture, so when it's your turn, just write, what is your favorite dragon? So...
Smog, the fuck you all doing here? Pleasant to see you around.
Son... What's that, Chris?
Smog is one of my dudes. I'm the one who invited him.
Oh, okay. Thanks for that, by the way, again. And yeah, Son of Smog, I did add you. I hope that your favorite dragon isn't all too obvious, but we will find out. Okay, here we go. I'm applying the changes. We have to take did I take off John? So thank you, John. Thank you for your first participation. We're glad to hear another voice here, always. Cool. Okay. I'm spinning the beach ball. Here we go. We need a monstrous wheel like this. Okay, Dio, Arthur, Super OCD, and Procrastatron. One of our oldest, most epic members of the Monsterhood. Pro, if you want, go ahead and post an image if you have anything. If you guys are in text or voice and you mention something, you can always post images of it too. Otherwise, I'll try to Google one for everybody to see. Procrastatron, you there? He might be away or typing. So go ahead and write out your text. Whatever you guys write out, I'll read for you. Maybe we'll go to the next person. Okay, there we go. All right. Procrastatron says, okay, so my favorite dragon is a vampire dragon. Or, as I like to call them, a Draconula. I love vampires and I love dragons, so I love a combination between the two. Who doesn't here? And that's about it. To be honest, would love more Draconulas in fiction. Totally agreed. What do you guys think?
Dragons are awesome. Yeah.
Have you
I
ever...
kind of would like the non-vampire dragon better, just because it makes a little bit more sense to me for something like that to if it's gonna be like fierce, it's gonna like, I would imagine, live on more than just blood.
That is an interesting concept, though. A dragon being a large creature as it is, solely kind of living on blood and having the weaknesses of a vampire.
Well, what if it's a small? It could be a small.
That's true.
Vampire dragon, because we don't know. Maybe some dragons, don't get very big, and maybe it's a little dragon, so it doesn't need a lot of energy, so you can just live on just blood, maybe.
Procrastitron said, disappointed in your pronunciation, Arthur, of Draken. Well, Dracula. There you go. Is that what you want?
Draconula.
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 That's going to be our hashtag word for the day, I guess. Draconula. Congratulations, Procrastitron. Every time somebody says Draconula, we go crazy like Pee-wee's Playhouse. Okay. It's still wrong. Well, you're going to have to get on voice and tell us then, Procrastitron. Draconula. Dracon.
I think it's Dracula. No.
Oh, Draconula. Draconula.
Draconula.
Well, speaking of which, Dracula actually means, and if you translate it into English, it means son of the dragon.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the historical Dracula got his name because I think his father was referred to as like the dragon or something.
And that's because his father was anointed into a knightly order that was known as the Order of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he got the title
that.
of Dragon.
Right.
Yeah.
So it makes it even a more fitting type of dragon.
Yeah.
So the question is, I guess, where have we seen? Do you know of any lore where we have vampiric dragons featured? Any game, any novel?
I know of a lore where vampires interact with dragons, but I'm not familiar with dragons being vampires themselves.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was something in Dungeons and Dragons. There seems to be a lot of, bizarre varieties of dragons in Dungeons and Dragons because, it's Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, is there anything like this in Dungeons and Dragons? Does anybody here know? Do we have our D&D people?
Neither do I. You could look up, you go Dungeons and Dragons, like Wiki maybe, and look up vampire dragons, see if anything comes up.
Cool, we'll have to look into that. Chris, is there anything close to it within Warhammer lore?
As I mentioned, there isn't anything about a vampiric dragon. The only quote-unquote corrupted type of dragons are the zombie dragons that vampire counts raise, or the chaos dragons that are mutated normal dragons that have their heads split into two heads. Well, the closest thing to or how to say, the closest thing to vampires directly interacting with a dragon that I know of is the tale of the founder of the Blood Dragons bloodline of vampires. So this guy was a incredibly good warrior, very strong, very much so, and he was constantly seeking for a cure to his vampirism until one day he came across a dragon's den, and whilst the dragon was sleeping, the guy drained him of all of his blood, like sucked the dragon dry,
Mm-hmm.
and that allowed him to retain his vampiric powers, but cured him of the need to constantly feed and of most of the weaknesses that vampires do have.
Nice.
And so that's why he began training other vampires to just become super powerful warriors, so he could eventually best a dragon and drink its blood in order to quote unquote cure themselves while still remaining superpowered. And that is how the Blood Dragon's bloodline was made into Warhammer.
Okay. Nice bit of info there. I see John also mentioned, I think this refers to D&D, I'm pretty sure, since dragons can transform into humans. If a vampire bites it, then it turns into a vampire dragon, but maybe that's BS. So he's just contemplating on that within that lore.
Yeah, actually, I don't know. I mean, it's not technically human, but it's in a human form, but does that mean that the vampire would be able to affect it, because it's still not technically human?
Cool. Well, guys, if we ever make our own bestiary for any sort of game or lore, we're going to have definitely vampire dragons. And they do look awesome. Nicholas said interesting and creepy looking. It is a pretty cool concept.
Let them be tiny flying needles that suck you dry.
Like, yeah, and like even drakes being smaller versions of dragons, like vampire drakes.
What I mean is, it shouldn't be anything like massive or even dog-sized. I'm talking something along the lines of like fairy-sized dragons, you could say. That swarm, like they live in giant swarms, and they kind of work like mosquitoes. They just grab onto something that is nice and warm and just drain all of its blood, thus killing it.
Or maybe they're the size of vampire bats, because vampire bats, the real ones, are much more intimidating looking than mosquitoes. And if there was like a huge swarm of like them, that would be, and they're like sucking everyone dry, that'd be really scary.
Yeah, that's what I meant about the size of bats, you could say. But they travel in giant swarms and they drain. Like, they swarm all around you and start draining you of your blood as you're trying to escape, like from a swarm of bats.
That would be a cool little
And
concept design.
Procrastitron, wait, where are you from, Procrastitron? Do you have the freedom to be wrong?
He does have the freedom to be wrong. No pun intended. Vampire bats can run and spring. Well, the question also comes when you mentioned size, and I don't want to divert our conversation too much, but I think it's pretty relevant, is when you get smaller dragons, you also get drakes. And then we have to distinguish, or maybe it's a good discussion for a future Monstercast, such as the difference between wyverns or wyverns, dragons, and drakes, as drakes appear to be just a smaller type or species of dragon. Or
the way the classification, I believe, works, all of them are dragons. That's the common denominator. Like you have dogs or horses, but with the different subspecies, the drake is the one with the 4 legs and the 2 wings, the standard dragon, you can say, whilst wyverns are the one with the 2 legs and 2 wings. And then we delve into the serpentine variety, which are the more snake-looking ones.
Sure. Draconids, and have 2 legs. Yeah. So wyvern. Good. We have the right people here. We're agreed on that. Alrighty, guys. Any questions more for Procrastitron on the vampire bat? Maybe vampire dragons, maybe we ask him what his ideal vampire dragon is for him to share.
Yeah, let's hear it so we can tell you your idea suck.
Right.
Blood.
Nice. Well done. Whoever's a Drake. Drakes only have 4 legs in my lore. And that all depends on lore. I'm going to have to delve deeper into the history of that too, Super OCD, so we can see where it all comes from. But then again, remember guys, it all depends on the lore. That's why we see these different movies such as Lord of the Rings calling it a wyvern, right? Or worm.
Wyvern.
The wyvern. Okay, wyvern.
Worm is also a one of the more... it refers to more serpentine dragon.
Yeah, right.
Worm, and it's also general word for dragon or dragon-esque.
That's right too. Yep. Down they laugh out loud. Basically just a normal dragon, Procrastitron says, that can become a vampire. Okay. Normal dragon that can become a vampire. Okay. Normal dragon that won't feed on blood. On vampires. No extra BS. Okay. Would it spit fire? Asks Phonics. Like if it's a fire-breathing dragon? Kind of in the question that you asked Procrastitron before, he did bring up a question of if a fire dragon... What was that question? But that was a little bit different. There. So I'm going to cancel that out. That was fire and ice kind of stuff. So he's going to respond there. Let's continue.
But does this vampire dragon have all the vampire's weakness, or is it immortal like a normal dragon?
There you go. Procrastitron. Is your dragon immortal, but weak to sunlight and other things? It can't come in somebody's house if not invited. That's where it gets complicated. Okay. Let's take a look at our YouTube chat. We have Raincrawler Ryan says, Wyvern, I think it's a kind of European dragon, but with 2 legs. Correct. How it's usually shown in games and different lore, and I think old human lore mythology. I'm going to double check where it all goes, but it does have the 2 wings. The arms are worked into the wings themselves and 2 legs. That is the wyvern. Usually smaller, but not necessarily. We can have pretty damn huge wyverns out there. Why not? We are the creators.
In Game of Thrones, if you go like Game of Thrones, all the dragons have 2 wings and just 2 legs.
All right.
Because Martin doesn't like the dragons that have the extra limbs because they're not realistic. Of course, an animal that breathes fire is not realistic anyway.
I'm pretty sure they don't have it because it's cheaper to animate less limbs.
Yeah, but they've animated 4 limbs on like that
on the walls
dragon movie.
Yeah, I'm wondering when they
movie?
The dragon looked pretty good.
I'm wondering when they came up with the concept for the so-called dragons within Game of Thrones, if this topic was brought up or if any of the artists were aware of this. I wonder if there was any sort of notion or little discussion, at least, about why we're doing this and calling them dragons. You know, I wonder if they're aware of that.
I understand that they were always like they're portrayed very similar, unlike a lot of the other fantasy creatures in Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
The dragons are portrayed very similar in the books as to what they are portrayed in the TV show.
Okay.
Like they have 2
I
wings
very
and 2
much
legs
so
in the
doubt
books
that.
as well. What'd you say?
Considering Season 7 is a thing that exists, I highly doubt that.
Right. Well, maybe not that far. So, yeah, if that's according to the writer, so it's all down to the writer. So the question is the writer aware of the different kinds of dragons?
That is the thing. George R.R. Martin, as of season, no real input on the way stuff is written on the show, and it shows because awesome as a dragon may be, it can fly from one end of a continent to the literal opposite end of a continent in minutes. That is no. That's a no.
That's a speedy
Same
dragon.
goes for a raven. That's another no.
Alrighty, well, Procrastitron said it depends on what kind of dragon and vampirism. Alrighty, fair enough. Like Ghidorah, Super OCD said. Phonics said maybe some kind of cursed fire that doesn't... Ooh, I like that idea. Some kind of cursed fire instead of regular fire that doesn't kill, just paralyzes victims in order so it can drink their blood. That's a great idea. Watermelon, 2 Phonics for that. Shout out there. Cool thought. Procrastitron replies, if it has 2 legs and its arms are connected to wings, it's a wyvern in my mind, and as well as many of ours. Both Skyrim and Game of Thrones has wyverns, not dragons, in my opinion. That would be awesome. He replied to Phonics. Another shout out. Cool, Doc Donza's here. Shout out.
It's also very sad that they made Smaug in the Hobbit movies a wyvern. And here's a proper dragon with 4 legs and 2 wings.
Was he that in the book?
Yes, he had 4 legs, 2
He
wings,
did.
but in the movie, the
Wow.
Hobbit movies, they made him a wyvern.
Wow. Okay. Well,
I think a lot of it is that people think it looks better a lot of times. I think.
It's just cheaper to animate less limbs.
Yeah,
Well,
but
it's
that
a little
doesn't
bit
mean
of
it's
both.
impossible. Like I said, Peach Dragon, the 2016 version, is what you guys would call a proper dragon. He has, 4 limbs plus an additional 2 more limbs for the wings, and he looks pretty good.
it's true. There's a certain aesthetic to it, and it's a little bit closer to bats, so it adds to the creepiness factor. If you look at a full-size wyvern like that instead of the 4 legs, you could imagine the 4 legs give it a little bit more of a sentient, more intelligent kind of mind, possibly. So there's different things as well to the concept art.
Not necessarily, because it still looks like an animal. It just, and you can still make it look fearsome. It just looked like a less realistic, less believable animal because, we, like George R. R. Martin said, we don't have any vertebrates that have, more than 4 limbs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a fantasy world. Make some up, you dingus.
Yes, of course. It is SeaWorld, but he chose that his dragons would all be wyverns. Just the way he chose to roll with it.
And that's fine, because that's what we're talking about here. It's fantasy stuff and all that. We still love to break it down. We still love to classify here. That's what we do.
Hey guys.
There we go. Doc Donzo's here. Awesome to hear your voice. Welcome back. Welcome. Yeah. How you doing?
Thanks. Did you guys already begin? Have the times changed?
The times haven't changed, but we already begun.
We do have our daylight savings time changes in the U.S., so we always go an hour back and then an hour forward throughout the year. So just that. That's why you always got to Google it. Make sure it's on the same thing.
Oh.
If
Dang.
anybody, go ahead, Doc
Coming
Donzo.
here early, meantime I'm late.
You're good.
Shit.
I'll put your name on the wheel of torture. When it's your turn, you can tell us what your favorite dragon is and why.
Okay, thanks.
Cool.
So how much have I missed?
So, if anybody doesn't know out there, Doc Donzo has made videos at World of Monsters as well. He's been to our Monstercasts in the past. He went out for a while. That's for you to share, Doc Donzo, if you want to. And then he came back for a visit. But he'll be gone again for a while, so we're just glad to have him back. How's your adventure going, Doc Donzo?
Yeah, it's all good. Lost a massive amount of weight, actually.
Are you...
That's always nice.
Do you feel stronger, at least more energized in general?
Yes. But I am not as strong as I would like to be. I'm more fit.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, we'll go more into it probably after the Monstercast.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, please continue. I'm mainly here just to hear everybody's voices again.
Yeah, it's good to hear you, man. Alright, so that was Pro. We'll take him off the wheel of torture. Let's spin the wheel. Any more questions for Procrastitron on his vampire dragon love? Doc Donzo says he likes wyverns more. That's good to hear. I like hearing probably the lesser opinions out there. Okay. Fits his lore, they
Yeah, I
evolved.
can hear you perfectly.
I can hear you, Chris.
Procrastitron wants to see your war face.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I don't know what he wants.
Alrighty, here we go. Let's spin this wheel. So now, Dogdan, so if you don't know, I have a wheel. I spin the names on there. If it lands on your name, it's your turn to share. So it's kind of more random. Adds to the anticipation.
Oh.
Dio, Arthur.
I remember you guys were talking about last time before I left that you wanted to have like dice or something to get like a system going. That's nice.
Act like what?
Last time I was here, you guys were talking about you wanted to use dice.
Oh,
determine
yeah.
Who's gonna talk first?
Right. Yep, we did bring this up. Well,
It's good to see you guys got a system up for that.
yeah, we're slowly improving. Even this is the first time I changed the layout of the actual show too. I hope it's all right. Okay, guys.
Cool.
Well, it's my turn, so I'm gonna try to go quick since I'm always overbearing the voice as things go. So my choice, and we've talked about this a little bit, so I think everybody knows or might know. My choice is I'm going to bring up a movie dragon, and it's going to be Draco. Good old Draco from Dragonheart.
Yeah.
Once again.
Great dragon. He is a
Nice
good boy.
movie. Yeah.
Who here has not
is it
seen
here
Dragonheart? Procrastitron, please
seen
don't
both.
answer that. Who has not seen it? Super OCD, I haven't.
Believe I have not seen it.
No way, Super OCD.
You're missing out a lot. You're missing out a lot if you haven't seen the movie. That was a good movie.
I
saw the
highly
first one.
recommend
I
you
haven't
watch
seen the
it.
other two though.
Okay, can
You
I just
wanna mean
confirm?
two.
Is that the movie where they were like the dragon riders and the guy basically has to learn how to teach his dragon how to breathe fire and ice and that stuff?
That's How to Train Your Dragon. Dragonheart is where a dragon gives half his heart to Oh, How
Not
to
the
Breathe.
animated
Oh,
film.
that's the. Oh, you mean How to Train to Breathe Ice? Yeah, that's the sequel to Dragonheart. I did not know there was another one after, though.
It's not good.
Oh,
Check out Dragonheart. If you're a huge fan and you can take a beating with the worst movie, then you can take a risk with Dragonheart 2. But I'll post a picture of him. It's a pretty memorable dragon design.
He's a good boy.
He is. He's a gentleman of a dragon. Super OCD, you have seen Dragonheart. I think because I know you're a fan of dragons, Super OCD, so I'm pretty sure you've seen it. So there's Draco. Yes, I watched this movie. Good to hear. So, first of all, why do I like it is, one, the aesthetic. They made the design on it very nice. It was D&D inspired, for sure, and other dragon inspired. It's got that very Western dragon look. Its abilities, it's a dragon, it breathes fire. It's a dragon. It's got 4 legs, or 2 legs and arm legs. It can change its color, which is within one scene in the movie, which is very cool, like a chameleon, but faster, like some octopi can. And yeah, it's beautifully aesthetically. At the end of its tail, it has a kind of clubbed tail that opens up blades, which is a pretty nice addition, but not too goofy. Or goofily done. Let's see, what else? And it has Sean Connery's voice. Come on, you can't resist that. Sean Connery's voice. The immortal, one of the main immortals of Highlander. And for me personally, and in that movie, Draco and the dragons were kind of a symbolic of chivalry and old age honor. And that's why I really, really appreciate the movie. That's what makes it so touching at the ending. It's to me, one of the more touching endings in a monster type movie. Shout out to that if anybody shares that. And he's also a little bit of a spoiler. It's an older movie. But he's also one of the last dragons. He is the last dragon eventually. And it's even more saddening there because when he dies, you feel kind of like all that old age honor leaving along. And, it's up to humanity to keep it up. And obviously, much of it hasn't kept it up well. So it's a beautiful side to that. So all in all, I like where it stands in the movie. I like him intellectually. The dragon speaks, is intelligent, age-old wisdom, honor, all that good stuff, and is aesthetically pleasing. So I rest my case.
Draco vs. Smog would probably be interesting monster versus.
Smog is still much bigger.
I would have to. I wouldn't say he's that much bigger, but he has more powers. He can influence the mental state of people because of a more goth essence in him.
Draco's definitely a better friend to have.
Most definitely. Hands down, no contest.
So that's my turn. Any questions on that, ladies and gentlemen? Monsters and ghouls. Ghouls and goblins. We do have who was joining back? We have some. Okay, I thought somebody else joined. We have how many people? 3, 6, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 people. Excellent.
We got a few.
And without Z, unfortunately, it's one of our rare. It's maybe going to be our only Monstercast without Z. So shout out to Z. We miss you out there. We still want to hear what's your favorite dragon. Okay, guys, if no questions.
I think I can share his favorite dragon when I come. Because I'm pretty confident I know what it is.
Cool. Let's see if he agrees on it.
Well, he may actually come in later.
Or monster battles.
There have been cases when he comes in, late too.
He said he won't be around today because he's stuck on an island with a monster.
Yeah.
Oh.
An unnamed one. We don't speak the name of that one. It's OP. Super OCD said, we should do more monster battles on your show. We did do an episode of monster battles once where we thought what monster battles would be cool and kind of balanced. That was a really cool episode. I think we'll have to do a part 2 of that in the future. Shout out to that. Hi, Doc Danza. Nice to meet you. John says, what show? Arthur's channel. Yeah, and on my channel too, I only have 2 versus videos, so they take a lot of work. Not much research and stuff, but a lot of just general work, so we'll see. He'd probably talk about the Void Dragon, he says. It's the Void Dragon, isn't it? Well, don't say anything, Chris.
Yeah, that's one. That was the one.
Okay, you got it. And that was pretty monstrous. Okay, just a tip, don't talk, mute yourself. Yeah, John, if because some noises are coming from your microphone, cool, you got it. All right, and thanks, Doc Danza. Okay, let's spin that beach ball or umbrella, beach umbrella looking thing. We really need to change the colors on it. Here we go. And it's going. Super OCD, Dio, Gargi, Son of Smog, Doc Danzo, and it's on Dio. Dio, congratulations. It is your turn next. Just tell us if you have images ready. Do share them. Wow, and he's ready. Look at that. Awesome, Dio. That's very cool. You've been ready. You've been waiting. Thank you very much for that. So Dio says, I'll read his part there. My dragon is going to be Omega, or Sin, Shenron. One of the 7 shadow dragons. He looks like a mix out of dragon and human, and he's the strongest of the shadow dragons. Sin Shenron was his first form, and Omega was his second. He's pretty powerful, but in the end, Goku managed to defeat him, and he's from Dragon Ball GT. Okay, good. I was wondering. He's my favorite dragon because his design looks so cool in my opinion, and his English voice sounds pretty good. Cool. I hope to hear it later, Dio. All right, guys. So we got a little bit of something different here. I like the look from Dragon Ball Z. It is pretty cool, aesthetic-wise.
There's at least just 2 people who do so.
Okay. Doc Donzo says, yeah, there was translator. Mr. Omega Shenron was pretty up. So my question is, I guess from here, how powerful is Sin, right? Or Omega or Sin Shenron, one of the... Okay. So how powerful is he compared to the others? And he's GT, so I'm imagining, yeah, pretty crazy out there, right? Cool design. I didn't watch GT. He says, I didn't watch much either, Dogdanza. He's very powerful, Procrastitron says, or super for that matter. He's stronger than Super Saiyan 4, right? Goku. Okay, so pretty powerful, cool voice. All right, guys, so we've been talking about dragons as we know them, as we see them. This is kind of a, Draconoid kind of character. What do you guys think? Does it apply? Does it work? Do you like it? Do you think he deserves to be called a dragon? The silence. He must be very powerful.
He doesn't really look like a dragon to me. He looks a bit too humanoid.
He looks more alien-like, to be honest. I really
He looks more like an alien or a demon
classify.
To me.
Yeah, well, to be honest, much more demon-like. There's no like dragon characteristics, no scales, no wings. I think the only thing you can classify is horns, and that's found in pretty much all monsters these days. So I don't even know if it really classifies as a dragon, besides from his name or his race. It just doesn't look like a dragon.
Right. And they don't have a dragonoid.
Next to my bed, I'll swear it's a demon.
They don't have a more dragonoid form, right? Or anything. So it's kind of a dragonoid of the dragonoid type of creatures, where they're humanoid dragons. We see them a lot. Draconids in Conan books, Conan novels. That's one of the first, maybe the first novels that did mention reptilian people. Especially dragons design. It is cool. So thanks for sharing it. Him. Looks more alien. Yeah, it looks like a alien. Yeah, a species, a specific species. Not quite dragon, but another species of the Dragon Ball world, which is always fun to see them. He absorbed them to be stronger, I think. Oh, okay. So Dio says maybe he absorbed them to be stronger. Dragons. And John agrees. He absorbed the other six dragons. So what kind of dragons? Like the big dragons, such as the one that gives the wishes? Is that what we're talking about on scale? Smaller. Okay. Dragon Balls are pretty... How does that work? All right, well, let's continue the discussion there. Let's see what Ryan says on YouTube. He says, stronger than Goku, Super Saiyan 4, but weaker than Gogeta. Alrighty. The big one was divided into 7 smaller dragons. Okay, see, that stuff I missed out on in newer stuff. Okay. All right, so the big dragon, if you guys don't know Dragon Ball Z, there's a big dragon that has the Dragon Balls. It's a very big dragon, Eastern-style dragon. It was divided into 7 dragons, and this character, this Shadow Dragon, Omega character that Dio posted, absorbed 6 of them. So that's pretty damn powerful. Alrighty, any other questions out there? Thank you, Dio, for sharing.
No.
Nah.
I can't think of anything at the time.
Artifacts on their own. Okay, and they're going on. Let me see what Daniel... Cool, we got Daniel Knight. Awesome name. Daniel Knight in our YouTube chat. He said he absorbed the other 6 dragons and were corrupted by overuse of wishes. See, that's some additions on the lore. I love hearing additions on lore. Even though I immediately forget a lot of this stuff, it's awesome to hear it. And we have 6 people watching, guys.
Can I ask a stupid question?
That totally beats our Twitch.
Better,
Go ahead.
Better than Twitch.
Yeah, right? Go ahead, Doc Donzo.
Can I? Alright, so the dragons are there to grant wishes. So exactly how does overusage, like, corrupt them? Like, what? Do the people just wish for greedy stuff, or what? Like, seriously.
Maybe something like that.
The phone's overused to make calls. It's not gonna break. It's gonna take a very long time.
Yeah.
You can just replace the battery. So how does that work?
I was just thinking that naturally
BBC fan.
the over
some super DBZ fan, just go write in one of my videos, please. Just give a comment and
just text it out there, guys. I'll check it out later. I was just thinking that when they over create the wishes, I mean, that's draining for one, and the side effect of it is it just becomes corrupting a little bit. It drains them down, and just naturally kind of
magic.
So let's see. Alrighty, and welcome, Daniel. Awesome, we got viewers. Amazing. It's not just us having a conversation, it's us having a conversation with more people, essentially. Okay, that was not going anywhere great. Although it was great in itself. I'm spinning the wheel. No more questions for that. For Dio, so thanks again, Dio. I like the white aesthetic design. Alright. I need to check that episode out, too. Seems cool. Okay, here we go. Donde Gargi, Supro CD Gargi, Donde, Chris, and it landed on Son of Smog. Son of Smog. What is who is your favorite dragon or dragonoid? Draconid. Nicholas posted something, but message retracted. I like how it shows that. I feel your pain. Okay, let's see. Arthur and GT, they used the Dragon Balls too much, and when they summoned Shenron, it wasn't the normal Shenron. It was a black Shenron. He was evil, and he summoned the 7th Shadow Dragon. The 7th. Just wanted to say that. I think so. Okay, cool. Thank you, Dio, for clarifying.
Resist urge to make inappropriate joke.
Let's see. Dande's clueless on Dragon Ball stuff. I get ya. I am, especially for the later stuff. I feel your pain. Okay, so Son of Smog is saying, not really any of the named dragon per se. Okay, do you have a favorite type, Son of Smog? Please, spout it out with flames.
I would have thought it was your daddy that was your favorite.
But I love royal dragons as a race of dragon that have multiple powers and are known to be friendly and spread knowledge. Okay, royal dragons. From what lore are we looking here? I'm going to Google it right now. Anybody in voice can clarify what lore royal dragons are from? I'm seeing this. How can you see the web here? It's not the best in my setup. No answers. Let me see if he clarified. Chris, any answers on that? Gargi, Gargamel, sorry. That's my friendly name for you. You have a friendly name now for me, Gargamel, sorry. Some wishes can't be granted in the EBC. Okay. All right, a moment of silence for all of us, apparently. So, Royal Dragon, please let us know where that's from. Son of Smog, everybody's afraid to speak. It must be another powerful entity.
Normally he speaks, but he is currently on a separate mission, you could say, somewhere outside of a speaking capability.
Gotcha. It's a video
game.
Well,
I just don't know where royal dragons come from, and I think that most of us just don't know either, and we're just waiting for someone else to say where they come from.
Right.
Yeah, so Smog, you could spit some out because we ain't got no idea where that stuff's from.
Yeah, it could be anywhere. What I find here when I Google it, when you Google it, you just find random stuff, but you do find the flag. I believe this is the Wales flag, if I'm not mistaken, and that's considered a royal.
Wales.
Mm-hmm. Awesome flag. It's got a damn dragon on it.
Sure it is.
It's and that's considered a royal dragon too. So, and that is a cool design. That would be cool to have that done in like quality CGI or special effects of some sort, like that specific type of dragon, make it more realistic a little bit, but keeping in the theme, like it's got a spiky snout, all that stuff. The pointy tongue. It's pretty cool. It is. So I wonder if he's talking about that. So for now, I will deem it so. That's the royal dragon he's talking about. Okay, Dog Donzo says, while Arthur is doing research, son of Smog, so are you pure Dragond or Dragon, other race hybrid? So book or show. Looks super old. Alrighty. Love that ancient stuff too. Nicholas says, is Osiris considered a royal dragon? Here's a question for us, guys. Is Osiris considered a royal dragon?
Osiris from what, though?
Well, let's see the Osirises.
Because the only Osiris I know of is the guy from the Egyptian god.
Right. And why am I still looking at images? I would say God of Death and Life, Nile and all that. Even if he would be reptilian, I still wouldn't say that really puts him on that. Although anything kind of reptilian in a lot of old human lore is considered dragon already, or serpent. They like to interchange those two words. So, but I would say not really a royal dragon. And it depends. I mean, if in your lore, in your novel, you consider the term royal dragon means a specific kind of royalty, of course, we can have different terminology there. Daniel says, what about the Dragon King from Dragon Prince? What is Dragon Prince? Dragon King?
It's a new series that has been coming out. I haven't had the pleasure of watching it, though.
Okay, let's take a look at the images here. And let's put Dragon King, right? Well, that certainly looks like a type of dragon there. Let me copy the picture. Oh, that's Thunder. I'm not sure. Dragon Prince, sorry. Not Dragon King, right? No, he did say Dragon King. Thunder. So there's Thunder, and then there's this one on the cover. I'll bring a picture. So just a sec there, guys. So we have this one, and we have this one, which is pretty on. Which one's a better picture? Ooh, that's cool too.
That looks awesome.
This one's pretty awesome too.
Ancient, half
This one's called
mechanical.
Thunder. He's pretty badass.
Oh, that also looks cool.
So,
Ancient.
yeah, I think you guys would agree with me. It could be considered easily a type of dragon. Dragons are such a thin border of what a dragon is. It's like the fae again, the fairies, There's so many different types of fae and fairies and trolls too. They could be furred or hairless and warded, like so many different variations. Kind of like in
Can I
our
add
world.
something?
Sure.
Trolls.
I've learned that from an old documentary I saw that dragons are considered one of a kind. They're a species of animal all by themselves because they have 6 limbs. For example, they have the wings, the front legs, and the back legs. Wyverns are simply like what cats are to dogs. They are 4-limbed, unique, and like reptile and all that. Their arms form their wings. So dragons and wyverns are completely different. Species-wise, however, they still classify under the same family tree. So a dragon is ultimately something with 4 pairs of legs, like a dog or a lion or whatever, with wings added. So 6 limbs altogether. Where a wyvern has 4 limbs and the wings added to them. If that clarifies anything.
And where's this is according to what? That you shared?
Just this documentary thing I saw about dragons and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
It was you know that kind of fake
Yeah.
Natural Geographic kind of stuff.
Fake real
Just
thing.
explaining dragons and what they would have been like in the ancient years. All that stuff.
Cool. Alrighty. And that's me as a child, actually. Dragon used to be one of my favorite monsters, creatures. I used to draw them all the time until I apparently so tired of drawing them that when I got older, I really stopped drawing dragons as much, but I used to
Chris?
have them everywhere.
You think if Dragons, a fantasy made real that was on the Discovery Channel a while back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I saw that too. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Should check it out.
Pretty solid. It is pretty solid. Also, speaking of dragons being imported into modern day, a movie that I would recommend to people who like the action horror type of stuff, Kingdom of Fire, I believe is the English translation for it.
Kingdom of Fire. Okay, we have Reign of Fire. So let's see, Kingdom of Fire.
Maybe it's Reign of Fire. I don't know. It's or dragons apparently are what caused the extinction of the dinosaurs, so they wake up.
Reign of Fire. That was an awesome movie.
The movie that's in the future, kind of.
No, it's
was
present day.
the future
actually.
of 2004, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reign of Fire. Yeah, Reign
Okay.
of Fire. See, because in Bulgarian it is translated as Царство на огне or Kingdom of Fire. That's why.
Gotcha.
But
Yep.
yeah, Reign of Fire.
Basically,
It's
there's one male dragon. Every other dragon's female. The male stays behind and fertilizes the eggs every time they come back. He eats the females, or they slowly die out when food runs out. Then the male goes into hibernation.
Nice.
When he reappears, he fertilizes the eggs, and the cycle continues.
Awesome. That's why I love
Reign
these
of Fire
monster
is
casts.
Awesome movie.
Everybody has something to share.
super awesome.
Yeah, and there's some of the biggest movie dragons out there too. One of the bigger ones, and one of the more powerful ones too, I'd say. Ryan on our YouTube chat said Satan is sometimes symbolized as a red dragon with 7 heads and 7 crowns. So that's an interesting concept too.
Yeah, Book of Revelations stuff.
Nice. So a red King Ghidorah almost.
Sounds like a Hydra.
Yeah. Daniel
Go out and
says
take away the crowns.
Thunder was so Daniel says Thunder was the dragon he was talking about. It's so nice having some more people to talk with here and respond to. So yeah, he was talking about that white one I posted under Dragon Prince, Thunder. Yeah, that one's cool, and it's got some fur on it, which is more of an Asian Eastern approach on dragons too. They'll mix it up, whereas the Western tradition kept it more reptilian. But nothing is to say exactly where we want to go or where we have to go with it. Chris, what's that image you posted? Is that Reign of Fire too?
All of these images I'm posting are a Reign of Fire.
I did not remember that head. That is awesome. I'm gonna have to
At one
cut
point,
that out.
I think they did fight a dragon with a tank, so I'm pretty sure at one point they decapitated via shot to the neck.
Okay.
The dragon they fought with the neck was the male and kind of flipped everything. I can't remember how they decapitated it. I remember them shooting one out of the air. How they did it, I can't remember.
Important thing was there was tanks shooting at dragons.
Yes,
Yeah, pretty much.
that is actually important because I was somebody mentioned that recently. I think on our last chat or something, and I was wondering. I don't remember tanks in the movie, so that's official. There are tanks shooting at dragons, guys.
Tank. There's one.
One
Well,
tank.
I remember another movie
Tank
that
versus
involved dragons. Not gonna be the favorite dragon that I will talk about, but I remember another movie that I think was like it might have been on Netflix or something. I don't remember what it was too much about, other than that there were 2 dragons. One was representing like pure good, and the other was like pure evil. And there was this cult that worshipped the pure evil dragon, and they wanted to help the pure evil dragon destroy the world. And it took place in modern times. It had like tanks and everything in it. And the tanks were like trying to kill the evil dragon, as well as like the fighter jets and stuff.
Interesting.
Alrighty. Alrighty, guys. We're an hour in. To any viewers out there that are new to our Monstercast, we try to keep them about an hour. Okay, let's be honest here. We keep them to about an hour and 45 minutes. Usually we head on to 2 hours. So we got a lot of people, and I'm probably slowing things down myself too. So let's move along. We got a lot of people to cover. All right. Actually, not that much more. Who was last? That was... who was last to share? Was that
Son of Smog?
Son of Smog? Okay, thank you. Son of Smog's already... Okay, so take him off. Release him. And we shall spin the wheel of torture. All right, here we go. Dog Donzo, Super OCD, Phonics, Gargi, and Donde, and it's Chris. Chris, it's your turn. Let's hear it.
All right, cracks neck. Oh boy. So, today, I would like to talk to all of you. Let me just get the image set up. Upload image. Come on, load up. Alright, so today I want to talk to you about my most favorite dragon, Alola Executor.
Nice. Not expected, and I love it.
Also, I am kidding, of course. No.
I wanted to say, I don't think that it's a dragon. Or even a dragon
He's-
type for that matter.
It's a
Yes,
worm.
Alola Executor has the dragon type. That's the joke.
Does it?
Charizard doesn't. Yeah, Charizard does not have the dragon type, but Alola Executor has the dragon type.
I did not
And that
know
was the
that.
joke.
I want to see a realistic version of this.
Yeah, Charizard's a flying fire type. Don't ask me how, I'm a very big Pokemon nerd. My years of Pokemon are still up.
And he still doesn't have the dragon type for some reason, but yeah. This was a joke. Now, I debated a lot on what I would like, which dragon I'd like to talk about. And I really wanted to talk about Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon, but because that is character-wise one of my most favorites, but it felt too generic. So instead, what I'll be talking about specifically today comes from the lore of Heroes of Might and Magic, specifically the new one, which was taken over by Ubisoft, and I'll be specifically talking about Malassa. And this is not an exact image of her, it's one of her offspring, a shadow dragon, but Malassa is the dragon goddess of darkness. So, and this is what she supposedly would look, she would look something similar to this. Also, why is this not opening? And this here, the third image that I'm posting, is a darkness dragon. This is the closest thing to what she would likely be.
Wait, did you say? I'm sorry, I missed the game. Is this Heroes of Might and Magic?
Yes, Heroes of Might and
It
Magic,
is.
the universe that Ubisoft rebooted, so starting Heroes of Might and Magic 5 onwards.
Okay.
Is she decaying?
Beautiful.
So, in that lore, the world, there are two creator dragons, brother and sister, Asha and Urgash, where Asha created the realm, the normal realm where all the races and stuff live, basically Earth, and while Urgash holds the dominion, created and dominions over Sheog, or basically Hell, you could say. Or you could say that the worlds themselves, both the world, the plane that is Sheog or Hell, and the world of Ashan are, you could say, the bodies of both Asha and Urgash. Now, the two constantly war for supremacy, where Urgash does so with his creations, the demons, which is the Inferno Town armies that can be found in the game, whilst Asha gave birth to 6 children, which became the dragon gods of the New World that have their own creation, their own offspring of dragons and their creations that they have made, along together with the other mortal races that worship them. And so it's a very dragon-heavy lore thingy bob. The 6 dragon offspring of Asha are Arkath, the dragon god of fire, Yilath, the dragon god of the wind or air, Elrath, the dragon god of light, and there's also Silana, the dragon goddess of the earth, uh, Shalasa, the dragon goddess of the of water and the oceans, and Malassa, the dragon goddess of darkness, where each of the dragons fulfills a specific role in of the world, and is a patron deity to different peoples or different specific houses among the human empire that is sprung up on the world. there is a seventh quote-unquote pseudo dragon god. The dragon god of magic. I don't remember his name. Basically, he was a human mage who basically discovered the how to tap into the pure stream of magic and ascended into godhood as the dragon god of magic, essentially. Even though all the other dragons hold power of their own. So,
Nice.
spe- specifically, I like Malasa for a few reasons. First, the way her offspring look. As you can see, the shadow dragons and the darkness dragon, just real cool design, and
Mm-hmm.
they're amazing. Second, specifically as a character, I like her for the role she fulfills, as she is kind of the while Silana, the dragon goddess of the earth, is technically the gate slash barrier between Ashan and Sheog, Malassa is the one who goes between those two realms, you could say, as she comforts their mother Asha, whilst she slumbers as the world of Ashan, submerged
Nice.
under Shalassa's waters. And due to this and due to their conflicting nature, some of the dragons do tend to war with each other, where the Dragon of Darkness, where the most common, not common, most notorious among the conflicts is between Shalasa, the the dragon goddess of darkness, and Elrath, the dragon god of light. Because apparently they not very fond of each other for some reason, and both them, their offspring, and their um, followers and patrons almost constantly war against each other. And as an example of creations, Elrath, whose own dominion is basically heaven, you could say, he is the one who created angels, whilst Malassa's creations, they are the Watchers, uh, which are basically this thingy bob right here. And they are capable of phasing through different matter. They're capable of shapeshifting
Nice.
and mental manipulation, so mind control, mind reading, and stuff like that.
Alrighty.
They
A lot of
used
stuff coming from the Bible.
Those things are some awesome designs.
Yep, one of the few things Ubisoft did right. And even though they constantly war and bicker, I personally like Malas, as she's kind of the patron god of the downtrodden, the exiled, those who are forced to hide away in the shadows and fight in the darkness and find comfort there within her embrace and her patronage. And that also applies technically to her mom Asha, as she is, in order to to sleep and be protected and not destroy the world by getting angry, she is submerged within Shalassa's waters, and both protecting her from direct invasion from the minions of Urgash, and also comforting her mother as she sleeps. That's what Malassa does. And so I particularly like her.
Okay. So Malassa is the last one, or at least that version, that form.
Malassa does not have the dragon artwork. This is just what her offspring, the purple dragon thing, is a shadow dragon, the less evolved of her children, or the younger ones, whilst the more cosmic looking ones, that's a darkness dragon.
Okay. So
and
in
they're or black dragon, and they're the closest thing that resembles her, so you can extrapolate that she looks something similar to them.
Is that so? In the game, is that basically the first one you would get, and then that's the upgraded one, or do they not exist to play in the game? To use in the game?
In the games, the first one that you get is Shadow Dragon one, and after you upgrade the buildings, you can recruit Black Dragons or Darkness Dragons, depending on how you like to call them, which are the orange cosmic ones.
Okay, so it is an upgrade. Well, that is so cool, though, because, you know, we always play that, well, when you don't dig into the lore, you just assume, you know, that's the upgraded one. You don't see all that lore behind it unless you dig deeper into it, and it's cool that they've created all that lore behind that upgraded version. So I'm assuming every creature in there has some lore behind that upgraded version, right?
Oh yes, it definitely does. In the case of
Beautiful.
the shadow dragons are the less evolved slash younger offspring of Malak. They are still growing, you could say.
Excellent.
Whilst the black dragons or darkness dragons, depending on how you wish to call them, they are ancient in their existence. They have survived for so long, and they are the closest manifestation of their mother upon the world of Ashan.
Okay.
So you can extrapolate that they are the closest thing that looks to her physically. And also, Malasa is, due by virtue of being a patron of the downtrodden, those who were forced into the shadows, she is the patron deity of the Dark Elves of the Dungeon Settlement, which is
Mm.
my main playable thing in Heroes of Might and Magic from 5 onwards.
Okay.
Because for some reason they have not implemented my swampy fortress. Give me my Hydras and Gorgons.
Cool. We got an agreeer with us. Agreeer. There, Chris, if you see in our comment section. And I want to do another. We can never do enough shout outs for Heroes of Might and Magic 3. So, once again, another shout out to Heroes of Might and Magic 3, the best Heroes of Might and Magic game ever made.
Yes, hands down, Heroes of the Might and Magic 3 is best strategy game ever. Period.
I will get their license eventually. I am working. That's one of my paths in this life is to get their license.
Oh, if you do, I will love you so much.
Chris, quick question for you and a question for our Monsterites. Monsterites, first of all, if you look at those two dragons, I will pull up. So you have that purpley one, violety one, and then you have the cosmic-y one. Which one do you prefer, if either? Which look do you prefer, aesthetically, kind of? And Chris...
While I'm partial to the purple, I can't deny that I like the black/darkness dragons more.
Okay, cool. That's good to hear, especially since you know the power difference. But that one it is very pleasing.
I think the purple ones are prettier, personally.
You do too. All right, cool. I think so too, like look-wise, but I do like the cosmic aspect of the second one, just that you're seeing kind of galaxies there within the wings. That's pretty wild. It's one of those things where you look upon it and start going insane, you know? So the question for you, Chris, a very important question, Master Quiz, is what faction are they of?
They are the Dungeon faction.
They are, okay, good.
Or the Dark Elves, specifically.
Beautiful. Dark Elves, okay, that's getting a little specific there on the newer Heroes of Might and Magic, but me, I'm always a dungeon. My favorite is a dungeon. I'm not always a dungeon player, but that is my favorite. Son of Smog, since you mentioned you like Heroes of Might and Magic 3, tell us your favorite faction. We'd be happy to hear it, especially Chris and I. Wish I still had.
By the way, when it comes to Heroes of Might and Magic 3, favorite faction of my Lizardmen and my Hydras and my Gorgons, my Basilisks, best boys.
That's right. Together we have, if we combine forces, Chris, we'll have a beautiful Hydra and a black dragon.
Heck yeah. And so Smog is apparently a fan of Necropolis Faction. Or Inferno.
Nice. Son of Smog says yellow one for him, the cosmic one. Dio says the cosmic...
Question, he responded with death, so the Necropolis Faction. I really like how they shifted things, because in Heroes of Might and Magic 3, the undead, the Necropolis faction was a pretty basic bad guy, you could say, just a tide of undeath that swept about to destroy anything. But from Heroes of Might and Magic 5 onwards, the Necropolis faction is represented with the spider cult of Asha, where the soul of Asha manifests itself as a giant spider lady with 3 faces that embody the 3 faces of Asha, the mother, the maiden, and the crone. And she gives powers to the to people to become necromancers, raise the dead, and manipulate all that kind of stuff. And they kind of serve as the quote-unquote world police that protects the planet from being destroyed by demons specifically. Where they, as they extend their lives, their original bodies continue to decay until the point where the liches are the most powerful mages among them that have still remained with their normal human bodies, but once their bodies become too frail to even continue moving, even with their immense magical power, the spiders that come, or specifically the spider manifestation of Asha, as well as similar to such creatures that she produces, provide them with this spider venom, which they inject into themselves and replace their blood with, thus turning liches into vampires.
Okay. Thank you, Chris.
And it is their story is a bit sad because way back when, in the mage kingdoms, they were one of the houses that were studying necromancy specifically,
Mm-hmm.
but because they found ways to extend their lives basically indefinitely, all the other mage houses kind of got jealous and started a war against them, turning on them, which drove uh, n- uh, the cult of the spider cult, which at that point had stopped being just a research house but more of an actual religion, into another place, which was then, due to the actions of one lich turned vampire lady among the cult who played with a particularly powerful piece of wood, caused an explosion that turned the peninsula they were on into a blasted deserty wasteland where the only things that could actually survive were the undead. And that's why they currently reside there. And they do send out envoys like necromancers or vampires to go around the world and basically patrol the place. And yeah, they kind of act as the world police, as they are in direct contact with Asha herself through the spider, her spider avatar. So she kind of tells them, "Look, there's these things that are doing bad things to me. Go deal with them, of course." And they're especially potent when it comes to dealing with demons because raising the undead and all that.
Sure. All right, Chris. Now, quick moment on Z's behalf. Just give his dragon a shout out. We'll give him a moment to explain himself if he does agree, and when he's back. So, which one did you mention for him as his favorite, since he's not on the show and you guys are close?
Yeah, the like be the Void Dragon, which this is one of the arts for it, I believe, though I'm not sure. Um, so as you know from the lore of the Necrons, there are these things called the Catan that the Necrontyr race made bodies for out of living metal that then became basically literal god thingy bobs. And one of those Catans was the Void Dragon. So a gigantic metallic dragon that is basically a godlike creature with the power to manipulate reality and all that stuff.
All
Um,
right.
Eventually, the Necrons managed to regain their freedom, shattering the Catan into various shards. And there was one shard of the Void Dragon that actually left Earth here on Terra, and the Emperor of Mankind, before he got even more powerful, did battle with it and managed to defeat it. However, he wasn't able to actually fully kill it, so instead he imprisoned it within the depths of the labyrinth on Mars. And from the battle between the Emperor and this shard of the Void Dragon is where we get the myth for Saint George.
Okay.
And another potential shard of the Void Dragon expected to exist is on the world of Medusa, where one of the Emperor's sons, Ferrus Manus, landed. It was a giant mechanical reptile creature that roamed the land and destroyed anything. And so when the Primarch Ferrus Manus, son of the Emperor, went to actually deal with it, he fought it and then choked it to death by holding its head in a pool of lava, due to which the living metal from its plating melted and permanently attached itself to his arms.
Okay. That's most beautiful, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you once again for sharing the lores. Beautiful. You shared some lore from Heroes of Might and Magic lore, as well as some of the Warhammer lore fantasy, right?
Warhammer 40k.
40K,
Fancy.
that is. Okay, that's what I was thinking. And then, okay. All right, guys. So, any questions for Chris that he didn't already answer, or questions that you didn't even have that he already answered? Shout him out. We do have Joseph joining us, so we're glad to have him. We have 13 people, guys. Do you remember what our record was for voices? I think it was like 14, right?
Yeah,
I
14.
think it was 15.
14 or 15?
I think it was maybe 13.
So we'll say when we hit 15 or 16, that'll be our new record. 14, 15, Donde says, yeah, somewhere there. Okay, so lost connection, damn. John says, hopefully he'll be back. All right, Chris. You're getting, I'll say, praises on your long speeches.
Supposedly. And I am super depressed. That's why I don't have the time to... That's why I have all the time to learn all this.
See, guys, there's a benefit to being depressed, and I can attest to that. Okay, guys, so let's move along. We got a lot of things to cover. So thanks again, Chris, and thanks on Z's behalf. Guys, remind me to bring this up with Z to see what he says, if he at least agrees, because we definitely got enough info on it. So dragoning intensifies. All right, here we go. Let's spin that wheel. Wheel of torture. Here we go. We're going Phonics, Gargi, Donde, Joseph, and we're on Dog Donzo. You wanted your turn. You got it. That's how powerful. See how powerful Dog Donzo is? That's how powerful we are, guys. We want a turn. We get it next. Dog Donzo, please share your dragon.
Alright, well, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I kinda have two dragons from the same universe. I'm posting the images right now. Hopefully they post, but I've had problems before. Posting right now. The two dragons, well, one is a wyvern, the other one is a dragon. It is Tigrex, which is a wyvern, and then Ghidorah from Monster Hunter, which is a dragon. Oh, upload failed. Oh, damn it. Oh, ay. Struggles of having...
The internet imps are at him. We're gonna have to battle them out. If you want to give me a link or anything, I can find it, Dog Donza, or a name. Any guesses as to what he's going to talk about? Pro was a good boy today. Time to give him melons. That's wholesome.
Hmm?
So, Dog Donzo, are you looking for the image still? Or trying to get it up? Okay.
I'm talking as I'm going. So, am I cutting out?
I'm
You're
good now.
One of the links right now.
Okay.
If it will let me. Enter. Okay, this should be for Ghidorah. Hopefully it posts. It's loading. And I'll try and get the one for Tigrex. But anyways, Ghidorah, a dragon consisting entirely out of metal. Entire body, its scales, everything is made out of metal. It's an elder dragon, and it is extremely tough to take down. I've fought it multiple times on Monster Hunter. I should know. And Tigrex actually is also extremely powerful. It's a really aggressive hunter, and it gets angry really, really fast. Basically, if you can beat either one of these two, I raise my head.
I am not seeing any links anywhere.
You're not seeing it. It's in between, like, damn it. Alright. Should I just spell it out for you guys?
Go ahead and I'll find it. Yeah.
Alright. First one.
Maybe different cavern? Not sure.
Alright. I just need to make sure I spell the second one right. But anyways, yeah. Both of them are from Monster Hunter. All Monster Hunter fans kind of like these guys, because they are difficult to take down. Kind of like Dark Souls fans.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just concentrating right here.
Sure.
Okay, alright. There we go. Those are the two names. Hopefully you can find it and it's on your video. That's
Where
all that matters.
Which
they?
chat are you posting in? Because I'm not seeing anything.
Main voice, Karen text. Ah, damn, my stuff is still loading.
Huh.
Ay, 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 ay,
Ay, ay, ay. Just
This-
makes
this
me
is
think of
ridiculous.
Gods
This
Must Be
is
Crazy.
actually kind of embarrassing.
Ay,
This is
ay,
actually
ay.
kind of embarrassing.
It's all good.
Oh, Gods Must Be Crazy. I love those movies.
Shout out to that. Awesome movies.
I prefer the first one over the second one.
Oh, yeah, by far. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah.
What is this? What is this now? What is this Mario Luigi thing?
I don't know. What is this? This isn't monstrous.
Alright, Arthur, do you have a pen and pencil? This is taking too long.
Yeah, I have the text here too. Go ahead.
Alright, Tigrex is the first one.
Okay, again. T-I.
Grex. The same way you say it, Tigrex.
Okay. And the other one?
Alright, you should. Yeah, there you go. And hold on, let me scroll up. The second one is a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
Kushara.
Kushara?
Alright.
Okay.
Space Daora.
Hold on, that's the third one?
Ghidorah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, let me Google them and go ahead and continue with your
There you go.
reasoning.
There you go.
So why are they your favorites?
My favorites is because mainly they're difficult and both of them, like the Tigrex as Monster Hunter was a very big part of my gaming life. There we go. Those are the one. No, not Luigi. Can get Luigi out of my appraisal here.
Yeah, we don't want Luigi here right now.
But yeah, but Tigrex is basically an extremely powerful predator, extremely hard to take down even in its normal form. And later on, they give it like albino and raged forms, and all of them look just awesome. This Tigrex has really made like a difference to my gaming experience. If I think boss, I think Tigrex.
Nice.
Also, Ghidorah, the fact that he's actually so unique. His metal can actually rust. There we go. That's the one. His metal, as you can see here by the grooves on his wings, his metal can actually rust over time, and like he has to shed his skin. Then it becomes like this silver white.
Oh, that's
this
awesome.
Beautiful silver white before it
Nice.
rehardens. Yeah.
Very cool.
And its age, as it gets older, he can't really shed as well. So his rust kind of stays on the older they get. And it's just a beautiful dragon, to be honest. Its
Absolutely.
powers are even better. It can control wind at will. Like it can make whirlwinds and vortexes and even tornadoes in some cases. Where
Both are
Tigrex is
gorgeous
just
for
an
sure.
all-out beast. Excuse me?
Both are gorgeous for sure.
Definitely.
By the way,
Tigrex, if you're any Monster Hunter fan, you definitely know that this thing is a pain in the ass to beat. Plain and simple. There's no other way to say it.
Gotcha.
Tigrex, if you've ever fought it before, you would know it's hard, but it's rewarding. That's why those two are my favorites.
Daniel on YouTube
One's
says...
beautiful.
Oh, continue, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. It's all I wanted to say. One's beautiful and one's powerful.
Nice.
Excellent. Daniel on YouTube says, "Oh, the Tigrex. I do love the explosive slime Rex variation of the Tigrex. But the Brachydios...
I love the Tyrannosaurus head.
Yeah, right. Me too. But the Brachydios would be my favorite dragon from Monster Hunter verse," Daniel says. Let me Google that real quick. Thank you for sharing that, Daniel. I really like...
Monster Hunter's actually got a lot of monsters in it. A lot of dragons, especially. Dragons and wyverns.
Once again, making me want to play it even more.
You really should. Especially World. World is pretty...
So Brachydios is pretty crazy here. I'm trying to get a coherent image. Take a look at this one, guys. This is Daniel's favorite from YouTube.
Which one's that? Ah, yes.
That's
That
pretty
thing
awesome.
is-
That's pretty crazy.
It's slime actually when it detaches from its body. Slime heats up and it explodes. So basically, force not only its punches but the slime it leaves behind. because that area will explode afterwards, dealing double damage.
So, and yes, Joseph, it is a horny dragon. Most of them are. By the way, shout out to Griffin Phoenix. She's out there somewhere. And shout out to her, double shout out, because she's the one that helped us with this channel and everything. So shout out to you, Griffin. If you do want to turn, let me know, since you aren't really appearing on there. But you can hear us. Sneaky Griffin. Sneaky suspicious Griffin, as always, right? I love that. I love both of them, and I like that T-Rex face on that first one. But the second one, there is a stone. It's a type of stone. It doesn't appear much as a stone sometimes that we have here in the Colorado Rockies, in the Rocky Mountains. You guys probably have them all over the world. We have them. It's called, I believe, if I'm... I was thinking galena. It's not galena. It's... I forgot the name. It's a stone that is very layered. It has thin layers, and the layers are very shiny each. But sometimes you can even peel the layer. It's very layered in appearance.
Like an onion?
So, sorry? If I can find it, let me see. Because galena, I think, is the platinum-colored one. That's probably not the right spelling. I don't know what the hell I'm searching there. I forgot the name of it. It's very common here in the mountains. And anyway, that stone has that appearance of the wings here. It's very reminiscent of the metallic wings there. Kind of stonish. You see that kind of thin layered stone look. So, I don't know. It just was reminiscent of that. And it just adds to the power for me. It's beautiful.
Just hits that soft spot, eh?
It does. It hits the soft spot. All right. Doc Donzo's calling out perverts. Good. Got to call them out when you see them.
I got it.
Procrastinatron wants to be rewarded for finding her sneaking around. I think the chat found her itself sneaking about. Dio's is still a little salty because I took his Luigi out. Sorry, sorry, Dio. Had to cut the Luigi there. Onion dragon. Too many layers. Son of Smog says, that's awesome. I'll give that definitely a watermelon. Onion dragon. All right. Or Shrek.
Well, gotta make you cry.
Okay.
Is crying out of despair.
So any questions for Doc Danza? We are
From at me, bros.
hour and a half in. So we're going to have to start quickening this and wrapping it up and talking about our next topic for next week. I'm really enjoying this.
How many people's left?
So far, we still have viewers. Awesome. Okay, so let's go. Let's go with the next person. Let's spin that wheel. Let's see who's going to kiss who next. Wheel, not bottle. Here we go. Phonics, Gargi, Dundee. Joseph, it's your turn. Please share your favorite dragon. Oh, crap. He can't hear me. Let's shout him out. Joseph. Your turn. Maybe he's busy, so we'll keep going for now, maybe. We'll see if he catches on. What's going on here? It's so busy. We are busy today. Look at this. Busy from every angle.
It's a good topic.
3, 6, 9,
To be honest,
12,
I don't remember this many
13.
people ever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's gone up a little since you were here. A little bit. If we have everybody, it will definitely hit a record. We're at 14 now with Griffin. She's sneaking about because she's a ghost lately. John,
I
okay.
don't believe we've ever met. Good to meet you.
So let's go roll the next person. If Joseph appears, we'll give him the turn. So let's continue. Let's take him
That is beautiful.
off the wheel. The wheel of Dragon Fortune.
Oh, shut up now.
It's all good. I welcome it. Super OCD. Phonics 266. It is your turn, my friend. Please type out your favorite dragon. Add in images if you can. Cool, he was ready. I love it. I love when people are ready. They're good to go. All right. Phonics says Gandora. Let me Google it real quick to bring something visual for you guys at the same time, especially you guys watching us live. or afterwards. All right, I got an image here. Okay, there we go. Looks metallic as well. Cool, another metallic dragon. Okay, here we go. Gandora, the Dragon of Destruction, is my strongest Yu-Gi-Oh card. When normal summoned, it can banish all cards on the field. Nice. And get 300 attack for every destroyed card. But he used his effect, he goes to the graveyard. A very cool design too. Okay, so not only powerful, he clears all the cards off the table and gains attack for every card destroyed. But if he uses that effect, he goes in the graveyard. So it's short-lived, but powerful. All right, guys, take a look at that. Kind of a Necronish dragon. A little bit more... Well, I don't know. It's just the posture there is a little bit upright, humanoid. But he does have the 4 arms. It's a pretty cool design as far as metallic dragons go. Ooh, looks awesome, Procrastitron says. Yu-Gi-Oh! Dog Danzo screams. What's up, Chris?
It looks sweet as heck. Very elegant. Very.
It is, isn't it? I like the large forearms, the kind of froggish large forearms at the end.
He's Popeye the Sailor.
You know, spinach. Tickles my fancy. Let me see what they say.
All memories right there.
You know, spinach has lots of iron in it. How do you...
Oh! Beautiful.
Yeah, how much spinach would you have to consume to be able to get all that iron? That's like taking blood. Iron out of blood.
The greenest of the green. Ryan Raincrawler on our YouTube says, the golden dragon from Beowulf was amazing, and also his ability to shapeshift from human to beast was a word dragon, but no hybrid form. Yeah, definitely shout out to the dragon from Beowulf.
I just remembered 2 cool dragons. I'll save them for after.
Right on. Okay, any questions for Phonics?
What's your favorite thing about that dragon? Like the utmost favorite thing.
What's your favorite thing about that dragon, Phonics? Powerful and cool looking though. Joseph says, sorry guys, had to go to the bathroom. Okay, Joseph, if you want your turn, you can speak up anytime. The design and the effect. Cool. Thank you, Phonics, for sharing.
The design is
awesome. Let's see. Also, guys, Beast Wars... No, not Beast Wars. Dragon Wars was brought up. It's probably a movie most of you have never seen. It's tons of CGI. I never really watched the movie throughout. Dragon Wars, I'm referring to again. But if you want awesome dragon scenes and like a worm type of dragon, full huge giant serpent battling it out in the city, pretty awesome scenes in there. Pretty good CGI too. So Dragon Wars.
Could you drop an image or two because I'm not familiar with that movie?
Sure, yeah, definitely. I'll go when the wheel says I can go again. Joseph, you can go ahead now, if you're ready. That is, you're more than welcome to. Because I already took you off.
Dragon War was a good kind of concept. However, I really didn't like the story. I like the dragons more, and the dragons weren't focused on all that much.
Indeed. Just watch it for the eye candy, I would say. There you go.
Ooh,
it's not like
with the big snakes.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
It's not like low budget either. I mean, the CGI is pretty decent. It's not like American cheap sci-fi channel movies that we used to get a lot. It's more like now Netflix, quick Netflix movies. It's like more that level of quality.
I like the story of the snakes. How they were sent like angels to complete a task to earn their right to be a dragon. And once they are a dragon, then they can return to heaven. That was pretty cool detail, I think.
Yep. Agreed, Joseph. Okay, Joseph, do you want to go? Moment of silence for Joseph. Here we go.
Yes.
Hail.
So, today I'm talking about Ghidorah from Magic the Gathering. Some of you might have heard for him. Uh,
A little
he's
clearer,
male.
Joseph. It's hard to understand you.
Oh, it's probably because of the internet.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try. So, at the beginning, the Earth Dragon.
There we go.
Can you understand me?
Are you guys hearing him?
I'm having a very difficult time doing so.
I heard
Same.
his volume jump up at one point.
Yeah, it sounded like it was getting better. Are you talking on the phone?
Might be. Yeah, Joseph, if you want, you can keep talking as much as you want. Just maybe write out the dragon name so we can... That's okay. What is the dragon's name? Where is it from?
The wind.
I'll Google an image.
Mhm.
Everybody's typing at the same time. They're all typing. Phonics is typing. John is typing. Who's going to be first?
so,
Let me join in on
Dio
this part.
posted the twin, the winged dragon. Okay, so Dio posted the winged dragon. Obliged to say this. Just a sec.
I completely missed that. What was the question?
Another question is just what's his face? Dio posted that card, so I'm legally obliged to say Slifer is the best Egyptian god.
Oh,
Yeah, Slifer's definitely the best. Slifer's the best.
huh. Okay. All right. Yu-Gi-Oh. I'll write it all
Hey,
out.
My favorite card.
Okay. Thank you,
It's
Joseph.
perfect. Depending how many cards you got on your hand, is how many powers he has.
Joseph, go ahead. Share your information. I will read it out when you're done. Okay. So thank you. Let's go with the next person.
Phoenix Obelisk is not a dragon. It does not count in this discussion.
Yes.
We got 3 people to go. Unless we include Phoenix Griffin. Or may I say, unless Phoenix Griffin includes herself. So let's go. We had Donde. Yeah, Donde's on there. Okay. Super OCD and Gargamel. Okay, here we go. It's spinning. It's Donde, Super OCD, Gargi, Donde, and it's Super OCD. Congratulations, Super OCD. You have won a turn. Woohoo, she's there. She's listening. We're not muted. Go. Let me read
Go OCD.
about your beautiful dragon. Let's take her off. A moment of silence for Super OCD. And for those of that are new out there, why we do a moment of silence specifically for Super OCD, because she used to join on voice, but sometimes she would spurt out something in voice and sometimes not. So we always give her that choice to give her the confidence to say something, as we do many people, and that's when we say a moment of silence. I will never explain it again on the show. So
You probably will have to in the future. at
I
some
will.
point Again.
it's better unexplained. Let me see. Golden Dragon. Creative Equinox over on YouTube. I don't know who this guy is. Creative Equinox says, you expected me to not only be on Discord, but now I'm here. Me, Creative Equinox. No, you're actually Muto on there.
Creative, you're always on Discord.
All right. Well, thank you, Procrastitron. I think. Thank you for communicating with Creative. All right, here we go. So Super OCD says, undead. Who's making the shuffling noise? Chris? My.
Chris.
I would have never expected it, Chris.
Chris,
All
check
right.
your mic.
Just some shuffling noises coming from you. He's transforming into his dragon form. Okay, we're good,
What on earth is going on nowadays?
I think.
I think he's having a
Transforming
fight
into my
with a
dragon.
dragon right now.
Yeah. Super OCD says, undead zombie mummified lich dragons. Sweet, finally, some undead dragons.
What on earth?
Unless we considered some of them also that. Obligatory, okay, skipping, zombie, she corrected herself, more from Yu-Gi-Oh! There, damn it, escaped. Skeleton dragons too, right on. Shout out to skeleton dragons. It should be dead, it counts. I drew a work in progress mummified dragon. Ooh, I'd like to see that Super OCD. Or maybe save it until it's done if you want for a bigger bam in our face. Chris is munching on some cheese. Nice. Okay, so that's, I think, what you... No, that's not what you were talking about earlier. Cool. So we got a mummified dragon. That is such an awesome concept. Wow, I've never seen that. I never really thought about it. A mummified dragon.
I like the dried out skin effect as well.
Yeah.
It brings out that mummified look on it.
Loving the concept. Excellent. Very original. Mummified dragon. Mummified ages ago and comes back to unlife.
The fact that you mentioned skeletal dragons kind of reminds me of Overlord, that scene where they have like the two giant skeleton dragons featured.
And
when
dragon...
in Overlord are there 2 skeleton dragons? I don't remember.
Episodes 5 or 6. They were saving the prince, the guy that they kidnapped to unleash the skeleton army. Then Einzelgone and his maid had to battle the dragons. Well, okay, the maid was battling the dragons.
Oh, you mean the bone dragons from season 1. I gotcha.
Cool.
Yeah.
And remember, she also did mention lich dragons. That sounds powerful.
Could they use magic?
Yeah.
Liches are known for skeletons that can use magic. So the question
magic.
Is, can they use magic?
Powerful, wise, old. All right. Let's see. She says, released from the pyramid tomb it was trapped in. Love it. I love the concept. Shout out to that. Skyrim also has a bone dragon.
OCD, you've outdone yourself.
And so does Heroes of Might and Magic. I just have to say that quick.
Yep.
I remember that quest. Okay. Thank you, Super OCD. Any questions for her? Do you want to add anything to that, Super OCD? Thank you for sharing. There was a movie called Dragon Hunters where a giant skeleton dragon was the main villain. Really? In a movie? I have to see that. Dragon Hunters. Googling right now, guys. Dragon Hunters. Oh, it's a CGI movie, so it's not going to be live-action skeleton dragon. I want to see a live-action skeleton dragon, which wouldn't be live-action, probably.
It was on not Game of Thrones, sorry. There was like this really old movie. When I was very young, I can't remember which one it was, but it was like this frozen skeleton dragon. It was in ice
Boneless
everywhere.
juice.
I think it was Dungeons and Dragons the movie, actually. I'm not sure. But it was
cool.
It was pinning like 5 people down in the shack. They couldn't move because this thing was just shredding them.
Cool. Okay, did Joseph post anything more that I missed there from him? Keep an eye on Joseph's post if I miss it, guys. Actually, he posted a bunch of cards, but I think he was, replying to you guys. Yeah, right. So we have that opening for Joseph still, for his text. Let me see here. There we go. Thank you, Chris, for that post. And the Ghost Dragon.
Yeah, it was... Of course.
Okay, continuing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's spin the beach ball. We have 2 left, I think. Yes. All right, Gargamel and Donde. Who is it going to be? The tension is on. Gargi, Donde, Gargo, Dondo. Your turn. Wow, and you're yellow. How convenient is that on the wheel? Beautiful. Donde, let's hear about your dragon. I don't really have a favorite dragon, he says, as the other one is more machine than dragon in its class. So I'm gonna go with this one from a song that I know of. Ooh, nice. It's Puff, the magic dragon, a dragon that lives in an enchanted land by the sea. Who goes on adventures with a boy named Johnny Paper, or Pepper. I would state more, but then it would be literally typing out the song, which I thought you were going to do just so you could hear me sing it or say it. There's books and cartoon movies about him somewhere for you to read about. Okay, so Puff. Cool, so they made like a whole lore with Puff, which wasn't really about the dragon, maybe, that song. But we have some lore on Puff the Magic Dragon. How do you guys feel about that?
Sounds adorable.
Nice change of tone.
The name Puff isn't really intimidating, I guess. So yeah, pretty cute.
Friendly dragon. I like both of them. Here. What do we have here? Another cool bone dragon from the newer version. This dragon looks like right?
Blue hair, is that was this thing
Dio
with
gets
the,
it.
Like aquatic scale looking thing. Puff. I'm confused. Which one's Puff? Oh, never mind. I answered myself.
I wonder if Puff only breathes smoke or if he breathes fire as well. It would be a cool like April Fool's thing if I did an all about video, like all serious and going into anatomy of Puff the Magic Dragon. Could be a fun episode. Something to keep in mind. Alrighty. Anything else? Any questions? Doc Donzo, go ahead. He breathes smoke in. What smoke is the question? Indeed. Maybe you should do it for April the 1st. Yeah, that'd be a great idea. Okay, thank you for sharing, Dande. And finally, we have Gargamel Gold. He's been patiently waiting. I hope he's still out there. Gargamel, are you there? Enlighten us with your voice. We gotta shout him out, guys.
Gargamel. Gargamel.
There you go.
I tried.
Lightness of your magic.
That was good. Gargamel. Gargamel.
Sorry, everybody.
Yo,
has
Mr.
sleeping,
Double
I got
G.
here.
Double G's. Mr. Gold. Goldfinger.
He's never late. Where is he?
Gargo.
He went to the bathroom or something.
It's been a while for him. He's usually pretty busy. He's an adult, unlike many of us.
What on
John
earth is
Hawthorne,
that?
the pony whisperer, said Gargamel speak.
What was that?
All right. Well, I guess we'll slowly draw to closing. Real quick, 2 dragons that were kind of mentioned that I wanted to shout out was, and that's very quick, just mentioning, was the Black Dragon, because we mentioned Heroes of Might and Magic 3. That's my top-tiered monster in my dungeon faction, and that's the Black Dragon. They're awesome. And if any of you guys played Total Annihilation Kingdoms, another old game, a real-time strategy, I know I've twitched it before, and I have some viewers of that here even. I don't know if today, but the Ancient Dragon of the... I forgot which faction. It's the one I always play, kind of wind-based faction. But it's an ancient dragon. It's awesome. He's gold in color. He's larger than the other ones. Shout out to that. I'm done.
Can you post a picture?
Sure. Any final words from you guys?
Thanks for having me, I guess.
Sorry? What was the question, Chris? Doggy?
I don't have a question. I just said thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for visiting us on your brief time back. That's totally honorable. Most
Heck
enjoyed. Let me see. Ancient Dragon. It's not much to look at. But actually, there's not much of it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, our first episode on this new channel. We thought it'd be a great discussion to do dragons, since they're such an epic, well-known. For me, they're a representation of fantasy itself many times. I have a tattoo that you guys probably saw if you watch a lot of my channel, especially if you've watched my drawing or art videos. On my hand, it's a very simple kind of silhouette of a dragon. I got it when I was about 18 years old. I never shared this information, but it was something to remind me to go the path of kind of fantasy in my life, because I was doing art, and just to stay true to what I love, and many more things that tattoo symbolizes. Well, a couple more things, but mainly that is to keep that alive in my life. And yeah, those are my final words. Um,
Oh.
I know, Chris, you wanted to shout out a couple of dragons. If you can just shout them out, truly just shout them out. And we need to talk our next topic. So which ones were they, Chris?
Shout out the giant dragon from Monster Hunter 2. The
Nice.
giant dragon at the... Don't know its name, sorry. Monster Hunter fans out there.
And thank you for the post, Chris, with the black dragon.
Black and golden dragons, the two best dragons in the entire game.
Actually, the golden one looks pretty damn good.
I still haven't gone yet, and I think some other people may not have gone yet.
Yay! Gargamel is back.
He saved us. Griffin dragon, nice.
So should I post my stuff now, or do you have anyone else?
Yes, please.
Yes, we're waiting for you. Yep.
Yeah, I'll post it. I'll post it as fast as I can. Okay.
No worries. Gargamel was actually one of the first to already post this thing when we first started, and now he's the last. But it works out. That's how things go. Rain Crawler on YouTube.
Been a while.
Favorite vampires, Dio? That's a great discussion. That's a good option for next chat. Let me see. On YouTube, Raincrawler posted, my favorite are Gorbash. Yes, and please, guys, do share your favorites in the chat on YouTube everywhere. Please share that. Are Gorbash and Breyach, not sure how to say that, from The Flight of Dragons, is an animated movie from 1982. Ooh, that sounds enticing. Gorbash. So it's a movie called Flight of Dragons from 1982. It's an animated movie, but two dragons from there. That sounds awesome. All right, there's Joseph posted. Where's Nicole? Oh, so that's Joseph's post, looks like. Favorite dragon.
So Gargamel, where is your thingy bomb? Very see it.
I think he's in the
Please,
process. I'll read I'll take a look at Joseph posts here real quick since he didn't get his turn. So here you go. If you look at the window, I have it open. We have Nicole Bolas, a planeswalker. Let's see. Forever Serpent, Horned One goes under many names. Youngest and most powerful of the 7 Elder Dragons to have survived the Elder Dragon lore. I'm trying to find what lore this is from. Assassin's Blade.
I'm presuming Magic the Gathering.
Is it?
Is this lore, like story, or war? Is it all that war?
War. W-A-R. And yeah, this guy sounds a lot like a Magic the Gathering.
Okay. I'm not sure. It looks like it's from novels too, which could be for Magic the Gathering. I'm not sure. Let me click on that. Is the book... So he's mentioned in the book Assassin's Blade, the first book in the second Legend cycle. So it is from novels. I'm not sure if they are of... Oh, they are. Okay, so they are Magic the Gathering novels, lore. Okay, cool.
Nailed it.
Awesome to get some different lore here. Magic the Gathering. Very cool. Looks like a great dragon, too. Very nice posture. Let me get that picture in. So here's a picture real quick for Joseph's one with the sphere kind of levitating between the horns. I do like that a lot.
Okay, now my dragon, it's my critical dragon 117 avatar. I don't know, like I said in the Twitter, in the pictures, not Twitter, on the text. I don't know who created that. I just like it because I also, those of you who don't know, I go as Twitter on Twitter. I go as Critical Dragon 1177, and I also go as that on a lot of other websites, mostly like news and science websites. I tend to go as that, and I use that picture as my avatar. And I don't know who created it. Just I thought it looked like really good for like the name and stuff.
Mm-hmm. It is a beautiful dragon. It's got that feathery furred appearance.
Yeah, it's unusual because most dragons are like scaly.
Mm-hmm.
This one is I really like because it looked like really calm and collected and stuff.
Yes. Nice tone of color too. Mm-hmm. Probably the most mammalian dragon today so far.
It's avian dragon because it looks
Right.
kind of like a bird.
Yeah, yeah. It has those
Like
feathers.
bird feathers.
Cool.
I don't think that's a complete image either.
I like that
I
because
had to crop it in order.
you have something that's somebody's artwork. We don't know any lore. There's probably not much lore behind
Yeah,
it.
I don't know who created it either. So if anyone knows who created it, you could link to it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, shout out to whoever the artist is. It is a lovely, lovely concept. Reminds me a little bit of the Luck Dragon and Neverending Story. Just a little bit. Shout out to that.
Luck Dragon is a more
Dog.
serpentine though.
Yeah.
This one's more like a drake but with feathers.
Cool. All right, so you guys know also where to see Gargamel if you're ever about the internet. Critical Dragon 1177. That sounds nice. Critical Dragon 1177.
Yeah, that's me on Twitter and on a lot of other political and science websites when I'm commenting. And also I used to write for Little Green Footballs for a while, but I haven't done that in a long time.
Cool.
Pretty neat.
All right, Gargamel, anything else to add to it? How many years ago?
Nothing,
Or
unless one of you guys know who created that.
okay, well here's the place, guys. If you can help find out. And yeah, his name was Falcor from Neverending
The guy who
Story.
made it?
Yeah.
The guy who made the image?
So yeah, if you guys know or can find out, that would be awesome. Gargamel, how long ago did you first accept this as your avatar? This picture, this dragon.
Years ago. It was years ago.
Okay. Awesome. That's cool that you kept on strong. It's
Back then I was still like uploading videos, but don't be too impressed, guys, because the only videos I've uploaded were just mirrors of other videos other people had made.
right. All right, and here's another image of the one that Joseph was talking about. I think this is a pretty awesome image of it. Very glorious.
Damn.
Yeah,
Big.
no joke.
Hold on, I gotta swipe down.
Armored too.
What is it? Oh wow. That's
Not metallic, but armored, actually. That's pretty wild. That looks powerful. I love it. All right, guys. I hope you got your fill, at least for a little while, of dragons today. I think we had some
May I only
excellent
just
ones.
because I remembered two
Mhm.
dragons that I hold very near and dear to my heart that I would like to reference from way back when.
Sure.
Just give them a quick shout out.
Okay, let's see them.
Alright, so these fine gentlemen are two brothers from the very first MMORPG I have ever played in my life, called Lineage 2, and people listening to this who hear this will very likely know who they are. Those being Antaras, the Earth Shaker, Earth Dragon. He is a dragon of the Earth, and his more flamey brother, who is also my personal favorite, Valakas. I am not exactly sure about their lore. All I know is they are two brother dragons that kind of cause trouble in the Lineage 2 world. They
Nice.
are raid bosses, as in final bosses that give awesome loot from if you manage to actually bring them down, with the two of them being two of the three most iconic bosses from the entire game.
Wow.
And I think the reason Valakas is the more popular one over Antares specifically is because from him drops a particular outfit that looks very good on female avatar characters, and also he has both of them drop the chrysalets or crown things that you can put on your characters that look really cool, with Valakas as being a vibrant red, whilst Antares is a looks more like brass. And I've never personally had the pleasure of actually fighting these bosses because they require a specific quest line to actually reach, and I've never actually been able to find a guild or clan to actually do the quest line with, because you do
Okay.
need a sizable party.
Cool.
So I'm very sad I've only heard of them in rumor, seen them in cinematics and pictures, but all of the indirect interaction I've had with these two dragons and the way they look, I just love them to
Yeah.
bits.
I like
They're
the
pretty
uniqueness
awesome.
of the first one. It's bold because the second one's a more like how you see dragons. It's awesome, but the first one's pretty unique from head to the shoulder blades. It's bulky. Really like it. It looks like a great pet.
Yep.
Um,
And again, as mentioned, the two of them are two of the three most iconic bosses, and for a good reason. They're just awesome.
Joseph, if
And
you can,
also,
go ahead.
I just wanted to mention, because Smaug replied to what I said, that the armor said that drops good on. To reaffirm that particular thingy bob. Here is an example with my most favorite race from the game, the Dark Elf specifically. See, to me, this is what a Dark Elf should be. That particular skin tone is perfect, and that is the Draconic set that drops from Valakas.
Knew it.
All right. Lovely armor. Ooh, that's lovely armor. Let me see here. Joseph, if you have something specific in that lore you can mention about that dragon, because I'm not going to get into it now because there's a lot, obviously. But Joseph did say, and he's referring to that dragon I posted earlier, that very nice one right here. He was saying, Arthur, where is his post? He said, Arthur, be sure to read all the lore on Nicol Bolas. It is great, and when you make a video on dragons, don't forget to shout him out, or he might just come and shatter your mind. Ooh, love it. Love the double wings, says Dog Donzo. Absolutely. I didn't even notice those double wings.
It's
Ooh,
really unique.
very awesome. Both of them are awesome. I do like them very much. How different they are and how
Have a
awesome
good
they
night,
are together.
Phonics.
Yeah, see you, Phonics. Let's see. Daniel Knight, he did mention that movie. I grabbed an image of what he was talking about from one of the dragons he mentioned from the 1982 movie. And that is that one, which is Gorbash. And what a cool dragon. I could totally see why he shouted him out. Because look at the close-up of the head. I'll post it right now. Yeah, it's got a funny body. It's dated, of course. But look at that face. That is an awesome
It's got
face.
that old look to it.
Yeah, I'd love a remake, like total movie of this. It would totally beat out some of the other kind of children's dragons, I think. Especially aesthetic-wise. I think they could do something amazing with that. He's even got the little goatee. Hell yeah. Right on. Thank you for that. Never had knowledge of it, so now I do. Last question for you guys, real quick. And while we discuss this last question, in short, one word answers if you can, or one name answers, but also think about what you want the next discussion to be. I know Dio already brought up something. So my question for you guys is, what dragon mentioned today, other than your own, did you really appreciate, or maybe the most?
I particularly very much so liked I need to scroll up a bit to find out which one it was precisely, because I don't remember the name. Someone feel free to jump in while I scroll up to look at
Okay.
other people's posts.
Anybody?
My favorite was definitely well, I didn't see all of them, so this is kind of an unfair fight. But my two favorites were definitely the Cosmic Dragon, that one with the galaxy in its wings,
Yeah.
and this is one with the double wings we saw now.
Yeah.
Those two are perfect.
So the Black Dragons from Heroes of Might and Magic post
Pretty much.
and Valakas.
I said it was an unfair fight. I haven't seen all the dragons.
Joseph,
Late, but
referring back to
But
his...
yeah, For me, that would have to be Draco. I love him.
Draco.
He's a boy. He's the bestest boy,
Yeah.
and I hold him near and dear to my heart. He's great.
There's a lot of heart in that movie. Joseph did say about his dragon, he is the most powerful being in the multiverse, that one from Magic the Gathering. And in the latest novel, cool, so you do read them, he literally becomes a god, but gets trapped in the meditation realm. So there's some things since he never got to share details on. Cool. Procrastitron says his own dragon, of course. John says the vampire dragons, he's supporting. Super OCD likes the vampire dragon, makes sense, and she mentioned the undead ones. Dio, what do you think? Dande says the cosmic dragon, as Dagdanzo also mentioned that one. And for me, I give another shout out to the cosmic one. Even though a lot of people voted for that purple one for appearance and stuff, I do just like that concept of the galaxies, of course, and the wings. That is pretty epic. There's quite a few other ones.
I'm surprised no one has like a Hydra. Or did someone post a Hydra while it wasn't here?
That was a King Ghidorah, not a Hydra.
Yeah, King Ghidorah at the beginning of the Monstercast.
Hydra's not the same thing.
Son of Smog says cosmic myself. In your free time, Arthur, and tell me your thoughts. Sure, Joseph, I'll take a look. You can always remind me too after a while if I don't respond on it. Gargamel's typing. This is a cosplay of Draconic set that drops in Velicus and is also in the Crystal. What lore, Chris?
The red dragon that I shouted out last from Lineage 2.
Lineage 2. Got it. That is beautiful. All right. Red lips to go with it. Okay. Let's see. We're taking a look at our thing. Okay, beautiful, guys. We still have 5 people watching. It's amazing that much lasted with us. I am honored. I am gratified. So for the next discussion, we got to get that out. We usually should get this out earlier. We're over 2 hours now, so we're definitely wrapping up. We have things to do. How about Monstercast where we design hybrid beasties? Ooh. That is a very good one. Dio also mentioned our favorite vampires as one. Let's see. Gargamel said the Void Dragon was pretty terrifying. Yeah, that's probably one of the most powerful ones today too. But then that's 40k, so of course it's terrifying. Or just about hybrid beasties. Okay. Vote this. Okay, guys. So here we go. We'll stick with those 2. Let's make a vote. Thank you, Dio, and thank you, Super OCD, for suggesting the next Monstercast number 31. Here are the options. Favorite vampires, or your hybrid beastie. And how we'll approach that is if you want to do artwork and present it, you can go ahead, or you can just describe what you think a hybrid of 2 monsters, what a great idea you think would be, and maybe some behavior. Don't get too crazy with the lore, as we need to keep these limited in time, and we're starting to get more people. So just simple behavior things and how it would appear. Okay, guys, so let's cast our votes. And you guys in YouTube do as well. Hybrid beasties or fave vampires? What were you saying, Chris? Or Dog Danzo?
I cast my vote.
Awesome. Let's take a look here. Yosef says favorite vampires. Gargamel favorite vampires. Super OCD beasties. So we got 2 and 2, and then we have 1 more for vampires. Vampire. Okay. Then we have 1 for hybrids. So we're back even. Vampires on the lead. I'm gonna say hybrid one, just so we can go away from favorite for a while and change the theme of our next Monstercast. Dio says, of course, the vamps, since it was his idea. So I think that might push.
You could change it to instead of favorites, you could change the title to best vampires. Or best vampire.
Yeah,
in your opinion.
that works too.
Just another word for favorites, but you could You just use a different word instead of favorite. You could say best.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Gargamel. Just to shift it a little bit. Yeah, for sure. If we go with that, I will do that. Thank you.
Yeah, because it'll be the same thing, and it'll just be a different word for it.
Apparently, these are two great ones because we're so even in the votes. Even in the YouTube text, one vote is for vampires, one is for hybrid beasts. One more from there, guys. Come on, give us one more to break it, at least on the YouTube side. It looks like vampires is definitely in the lead by one, though, if I'm not mistaken. Vampire. Need creative monster cast. Super OCD is arguing her position. Nice, very nice. She's creating debates. We need more creative monster casts. I like it. She's involved. And by the way, a moment of silence, everybody, for Super OCD. Let's see if she honors us. If we're so privileged as to hear any squeak or any sort of sound. So a moment of silence for Super OCD. All right. Maybe next time we'll be lucky enough. The dragons haven't given us enough of that fortune. She said she's tired of listing off things. I don't know jack about half of this stuff. It's all good. That's why we're here too. People always share stuff I don't know about.
Life than us.
That's true. I love the point of these monster casts that almost everybody shares something one of us don't know anything about sometimes, or usually, and that's the best part of all of this. I don't want to hear things I know about all the time, right? Or have opinions that agree with me all the time. We want variety. Eastern. Okay, so I think we're going to go with Vamp. It seems Vamp beat it out. If anybody wants to recount that, do let me know. But for now, our next monster cast, number 31, Dio's idea. I'll give you that shout out again, Dio. Good job. The best, or our favorite, vampires out there. Vampire concepts of anything, any lore, any game, any movie, cartoon, etc. Alrighty. So, Super OCD, I do hope you'll still join us. I mean, it is undead. You are a fan of the undead. So, welcome back. Okay, guys, last words from anybody. Go ahead and say your last words now. Or forever hold your pieces.
Goodbye, guys. See you later.
And thank you, Gargamel, for being here once again.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Time for the vampire party to begin, Daniel says. Any last words? All right, Donde. See you, Donde. Thank you, Donde. Thank you, Dio. Thank you, Dog Danza.
I'll have to cover for myself and two other people. In the case of Z, his last... Necrons. Nailed that one, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that doesn't like him.
Victor's normal last words: do not fear the unknown. Seek it out, research it, study it, understand it. And my own: fear the unknown. Shoot it in the face with a shotgun.
Have I returned? My back.
Beautiful. See you, Daniel.
Hello.
See you, Ryan. Awesome to have you guys join us. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Chris. Thank you once again, Gargamel. Thank you, John. Thank you, Son of Smog. Thank you, Super OCD. Thank you all for joining now, in the future, and in the past. This was awesome, an awesome Monstercast. Epic. Looks like Procrastitron wanted another vote, but he was a little late on that wagon, I think. Something with our favorite waifus, monstrous waifus, similar to what we talked about before. Is that right, Procrastitron? Okay. Ghost Griffin never shared anything. Ghost Griffin, any dragon you want to shout out quick? Come on. Extension of time for you? Nothing? Hell no. What, Procrastitron, then? You have to be coherent. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Awesome Monstercast. If you want to stick around for an after-party chat, I don't think I'll be able to stick around too long, but we'll be there. So thanks again. Next Monstercast, number 31, Best Vampires. Here we go. Until next time, stay monstrous, my friends. Come on, outro movie, song. Everybody's silent. You can speak freely. Let me just get this outro music going. Monstercast. Procrastitron said he was mentioning. Did anybody see Procrastitron mentioning that? Come on, outro song. It's stuck. Anyway, let me close this out. Thank you, guys.
They can hear me. Can anybody else hear me?
Well, we can all hear you,
My
I think.
computer's oh, thank goodness. Okay, my computer is stuck, so I'm screwed. Stuck here. I can type, but I can't move anything. On my Windows, I can't close the computer. That's stuck here.
Alright. Finally, the outro music is playing, and I can stop the stream of it.